Hello, so let's talk about Cambridge 8 Test 1. So the data is a pie chart plus table, and the time here is past tense, since this is back in the 90s. Let's talk about the vocabulary here. Main reasons, you could use major causes, top factors. When you say agricultural, you could say farm or agrarian. Less productive, you could say barren. Infertile, and when we say deforestation, excessive logging. Woodland clearance, I forgot the other one later on, let me check. Overgrazing, overpasture, overcultivation, excessive or overplanting. So let's talk about the possible version. So we have version 1, which is paragraph 1, introduction plus overview. Paragraph 2, which is the pie chart. Paragraph 3 is the table. Version 2, same goes. Paragraph 2, this time it would be deforestation or overcultivation plus deforestation. And we talk about regions. Paragraph 3, overgrazing with regions. So let's further check this one. And let's try to practice version 1 first. So again, let's try to make an introduction. Let's have it as a color here. Let's put, okay. So what are we looking at? So the pie chart illustrates the primary causes of global land degradation in farmlands. In farmland, okay, during the 1990s, comma, while the table provides information about the affected region. Is it region or regions? So that would be our introduction. So what's the overview? Let's use overview. Okay, so look at this. If you look closely, overgrazing, overcultivation is just one. Overutilization of farmland. So let's try this one. Overall, the main contributor to land degradation was the overutilization of agricultural land, with Europe being severely impacted. Apologies. So agricultural land, severely. So this is our overview. So let's now go to, let me just, pie chart. So I'll start with a pie chart from overcultivation from lowest to highest. Let's ignore 7%. It's not important. So excessive, probably let's use green here. Overcultivation. So the color should be green. So excessive farming accounted for more than a quarter, which is more than a quarter is 28% of global land degradation, while overlogging, let's use yellow, which is this one. While overlogging contributed to 3 in 10 cases. So lastly, let's talk about overgrazing. So the most, let's use red. The most significant factor responsible for over a quarter, 35% of global land degradation was over pasturing, which is overgrazing. So now this is 2 sentences. Let's now go to paragraph 3, the table here. So we will use yellow here, and let's start with North America first. Same goes. So examining the affected region, North America farmland was the least impacted, with only 5% of its territory affected. So this is 1. The primary causes were over cultivation at 3.3% and overgrazing at 1.5%. So this would be the yellow one. Oops. So the yellow. So Europe, let's use Oceania first. So what happened to Oceania? In contrast, let's use green now here. In contrast, Oceania experienced 1.7% damage to its farmland. caused by deforestation and excessive and over grazing. Okay, overgrazing, so totaling 13%. So why are we not adding zero point 0.2 and 0 because and 11.3? Because if you do the math, everything is already included here. Lastly, let's talk about European, and I'll use the red one. Oops. So European, let's use red. European agriculture face substantial impact. Substantial. With 23% of area its area damage. Excessive logging was the major, sorry, was the major contributor at 9.8%, followed by over cultivation at 7.7%. So two sentences, one, two, three, four. So four sentences, one, two, three, four, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total of 8 sentences for part 1, version 1. So now let's talk about second version. The second version goes like this. So how do we start? I would say we could just copy the same introduction. So I'll just use the same color. So let's talk about overcultivation, deforestation, and the regions. So more than a quarter, 28% of the global farmland was considered barren due to excessive farming, with European being the most affected at 7.7%, followed by North America with 3.3%. So if you notice, this one will be, let's use yellow, sorry, let's use yellow here. Okay. So more than a quarter, this one, and North America with 3.3, and Europe. So this would be my first sentence for paragraph 2. Let's talk about the next one. In contrast, 3 in 10 of the agrarian land were damaged due to excessive logging, with North America and Oceania experiencing minimal damage at 0.2% and 1.7% respectively. So let's use orange here. Let's use red. So same goes. 3 in 10, 0.2, and 1.7. Okay, so let's talk about, okay, I think I forgot 9.8, so let's continue. However, Europe, once again, suffered the most significant damage at 9.8%, which is nearly a tenth of the entire farm area. So now this is our 9.8. So it covers. So now let's talk about the last part here. The biggest, let's use green. The biggest contributor to land degradation was over pasturing, accounting for 35%. The largest affected area was Oceania at 11.3%, followed by Europe at 5.5%, while North America had the lowest at 1.5%. Almost a quarter of Europe's farmland was damaged, while North America, 5%, was the least affected. So this would be my green. Where's my green? So deforestation, overgrazing, 11.3, 5.5, and 1.5. And then I'll add this one, 5%, 30%, changing the color here to the white one. Okay, so these are the two versions for Cambridge 8 Task 1. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. So thank you so much, and let's go to the next topic. Bye-bye.